Elijah, why isn't it on the stand? You're going to hand me the phone. Did you tell the community? Why would you hand me the phone?
I had to go.
I mean, you're not doing it right. This should have been put on here. Why did you go live like that already?
Because I told you I was going live.
No.
Someone's watching.
I think as a coach and as a racer that I would know how to get the right shoe fit, but it took a lot of pain in my foot to realize.
Commercial breaks. Hit those like buttons.
No, it doesn't work on everything. No, you can't drive.
Try how they look or suffer. The iconic 555 Tea Shop, only at Five Below.
What is VPM Solutions? VPM,
me, that's making America greater than it's ever been. It's about creating opportunity, and we're not going to get that with Donald Trump.
Lies.
Plain and simple.
At my age, I've seen a lot of things come and go. I served in the military.
and
Commercial break. Trump.
Everybody behave.
This is insane.
That's right.
Popeye's wings are the official wings
time to
of
eat.
football. Win the wing game every week with 7
Sorry,
signature
commercial
flavors,
break.
including new sweet and smoky chipotle.
Yes, she did a horrible job in San Francisco. She was horrible. And she's a horrible vice president. She's running the country into the ground. Her and Joe Biden.
update.
Oh my God. Sorry, people.
Panera's mac and cheese, fave. Tomato soup in a bread bowl, fave. All your favorites, always at Panera. So grab a chocolate chipper. We know it's a fave too. Panera. Free, no-fee delivery for My Panera Rewards members on our app.
Why is Hunter
This
not
is not the
prison?
first time Kamala Harris has run for president. In the 2020 Democrat primary campaign, Kamala was considered a contender for the nomination until her hypocritical record as California's Attorney General was brought up during a
That's
presidential
right.
debate.
Tell the
Senator
truth.
Harris says she's proud of her
So I had to
record
look this up.
as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Had to put this up.
I have.
Okay.
And I inhaled. I did inhale.
And locked up thousands of black men.
That would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California.
This election year, Kamala Harris says everything we want to hear. But with a record like this, how can we trust her as president?
You guys. Elijah is off. Trump. You know, it's just amazing that everything this country has been through, that people still will want to vote for this administration, that are the reason why we're going through everything that we're going through. And to have someone that's scared to talk to the American people, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, they're gonna do a coup on Joe Biden. They're gonna put her up. She never received one vote. American people didn't even vote for her to even run for president. You know, she just was put in a position. They hid her for 84 days. And now the interviews that she has done has been soft interviews like with The View or Call Him Daddy and just, Howard Stern, interviews like that. I would love to see her go on Joe Rogan and speak for 90 days and explain to us anything except about abortion. Her whole campaign and everything that she talks about is about abortion. Woman has a right to her body. A woman has a right to keep her legs closed. A woman has a right to insist that the guy that she's not married to wear a condom, or for her to take birth control pills. Those are women's rights. But let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about the inflation. Let's talk about the illegal immigration, as this massive illegal immigration that has entered into this country within the last 3.5 years. Why did so many people, that volume had to come in such a short span of time that you will allow the cartel, Venezuelan gangs,
My question is why
terrorists to come in, murderers, rapists?
my question is why won't Kamala do a Joe Rogan interview?
Yeah.
Why she declined that? To everybody, to anyone here who's for Kamala, why did she decline Joe Rogan's interview?
Yeah.
I mean,
Why?
why did she decline that? Please just answer that question for me.
Exactly. If you're going to run for the highest office, then you need to, at least since it was given to you, then no one chose you to run for president. Joe Biden was the one that was chosen. He received 14 million votes. She hadn't received not one vote. And the mainstream media has pushed her on us, kept her hidden. She doesn't answer any questions. We have a right to know, what would you do differently? Oh yeah, she did answer that. She said nothing comes to mind. There's nothing that she would do differently. So that really is concerning.
Yeah, but that was a great interview with Trump and Joe Rogan. I'm glad he was on there. And I know other people are glad he was on there too. And stuff.
You could tell
it was late though.
Yeah.
So I was getting tired, but I hung in there and watched it with my mom and stuff and you guys.
You could tell it was amazing because so many people stayed up for something like this. So I guess our country means a lot to people because it's important enough to listen. We need to make sure that, the right people are being put in office. And right now we need to show strength. And I don't see this current administration showing strength when you got President sending over troops to help Russia fight Ukraine, and you got China ready to attack Taiwan, and we got the war going on that we're funding in Ukraine and Gaza, and we got our own wars going inside this country with these rapists and Venezuela gangs and stuff that's getting ready to jump off here. It's so much that's going on, and it's like we're living in a whole nother universe. Like all this stuff has taken place in the last 3.5 years, and it's been for the worse. For people to say that they want to vote to keep this mess going on, to keep allowing people to enter our country illegally while people are suffering here. What kind of American citizen are you? We're suffering here and they're doing nothing for us but using our tax dollars to take care of everyone else around the world except for American citizens. Something is wrong with this picture.
Someone said the Kamala trolls are freaking out in the chat.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. How crazy do you have to be? You want men and women's sports. You want men and women's bathrooms. You want tampons in boys' restrooms. You got the freaking he considers himself a knucklehead, tampon Tim. He could become president if something happened to her. God darn it. We got to have better people than this. Right. This is crazy. These people are not it. They're not it. That's why people are more inclined to vote for Trump. At least he's been president. At least he has a record. They have destroyed this country. Literally. And we haven't even seen the worst. Wait till all these immigrants start acting up. They're already taking over New York. Go visit New York and see what's going on there, the crime, and how they're allowed to do whatever they want to. It's crazy in New York. Watch how black people respond. A lot of black people not saying it, but we most definitely not voting for her. She got to have an entertainer. You're going to throw an entertainer on us. Oh, you got Usher. Oh, yeah, we going to vote because Usher and Lizzo there. Oh, yeah, you got Eminem. He act like he angry just being up there. Like, I don't know how they twist his arm.
He's always angry.
I mean, she can't draw a crowd without a freaking entertainer. Trump don't need an entertainer. It's ridiculous. We need to hear from her. And then when she talk, the whole conversation is about abortion. You're going to have abortion vehicles outside the DNC, but you want the migrants to have babies. You want American citizens to kill their babies. It doesn't make any sense. That's not birth control. Tell us about the economy, Kamala. Matter of fact, the people that's on here that's voting for her, please explain her policy to me.
She doesn't know her policy.
Please, because she doesn't even know her policy. And then they talk about Project 2025, knowing good and darn well that has nothing to do with Trump, but it's like this fear mongering that's going on.
She wants to give black men weed, is what
we got a policy for you black people. We're gonna give y'all some weed. Wow, black men, we'll give you weed. But we're not going to give you the George Floyd bill. We're not going to give you the John Lewis crime act. We're not going to do anything for black people, but we're going to give you marijuana and make false promises like you have for the last 60 years with black people. And the last 16 years, out of that 16, 12 years have been Democrats.
And then Charlemagne is going.
Oh, yeah, we got to get Charlemagne. Charlemagne, let's be clear for people that aren't black that's on this chat right now. Charlemagne is not the spokesperson for black people. He is not the Dr. Martin Luther King he is not that guy. He is not the spokesperson. I don't know how they dug this dude up. They got the most simplest person that he does not speak for black people. We do not consider him or any of his opinions have affect us in any kind of way. We are not following Charlemagne.
Got rolling.
They would have been better off with rolling. Him and his crazy self. He all about his black media. He don't care who he got to sell for that black media.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that the Young Turks are at least honest. They're saying that Kamala is struggling right now. They're at least honest about it.
Yeah, but he be losing his mind. He be having complete meltdowns. But I don't know why they feel as though that Charlemagne, out of all people, this guy is the person that's measuring the how black people feel.
He's certainly not God. LOL.
He is. That's how come I ain't say God. He is nobody's God.
Yeah.
I don't know how they came up with this is supposed to be the spokesperson for he represents black people, how we feel. He's the measuring stick of how the vote is going. He is not the measuring stick. I tell you who's the measuring stick. Pennsylvania voters. The swing states are the measuring stick. This dude is it's unbelievable. And he's on every news program.
Someone says Sink acts like a 2-year-old with a temper tantrum.
Yes, he does. We saw him, Piers Morgan. I thought his freaking eyes was going to pop out of his head. He be having a conniption. The guy, he be losing his mind.
Yeah.
But Charlemagne, he is so insulting that this guy is being called on to speak on behalf of black people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on now. I'd rather have a 5th grader. It's unbelievable. But he is most definitely not. He's all wishy-washy. They just want him because they think that he can lure black voters because of the Breakfast Club. Yeah. But people, we don't follow Charlemagne. We don't follow Charlemagne. We never will follow him.
Yeah.
Never will. Yeah, Lizzo. Yeah, they had Lizzo. I don't know She been dieting for the last year.
this
She haven't
guy-
even been making any music.
This
They're gonna
guy I
pull her
find
up.
funny. He's been hating the whole live stream.
It's fine. He's
Yeah, I
like,
find him
well, he's
funny.
learning something because obviously that at least Trump actually talks.
Yeah.
I mean, without a teleprompter on top of it, Kamala doesn't talk more than 20 minutes, and they're not allowed to ask her questions. And if they do ask her questions, she talks in word salads. She's unable to answer. She refuses to answer anything, but you want to talk to Putin.
You're saying we follow CNN? I mean,
Yeah, I don't care for Lizzo. Lizzo is almost like a has-been at this point. Nobody is thinking about
who the
Lizzo.
heck takes her political views serious?
Yeah, she gonna get up there talking about Detroit. Yeah, don't nobody care about Lizzo or any of these entertainers.
Someone say Harris acts presidential, Trump acts like a 7th grader.
You know, nobody care. Anytime this woman, they talk about Trump and talk about his money, but everyone that Kamala has gotten has been all the rich. All the multi-millionaires, all the billionaires. She got Mark Cuban, she got Lizzo, she got Usher, Beyonce's a billionaire, you got Kelly. It's like you got what's his name? Springsteen, and they had Taylor Swift. I mean, it's like it's all about the entertainers are living an entirely different life than what the average American is living.
Harris has posted her policies on her webpage. Yeah.
She doesn't have any policies. At this late stage, they say she copied and pasted Biden's policies. The same old freaking policies. She don't talk about them because she has none. She can't talk about any. She can't talk about foreign affairs. She hasn't interacted with foreign leaders. Like she said, she haven't been to the border. I haven't been to Europe neither. I mean, how is she going to represent the United States of America? They will crush her. Crush her. She's weak. These men, they respect strength. They respect men. They don't, if she was something like Tulsi, she a beast. She a soldier. Mm-hmm. She, that's different. But Kamala is not, she's not the one. She's not the one. Even Obama out there stomping the ground. She taking off. She got to take over, and Obama out there fighting like tooth and nail for her. And she taking days off here and there. She can't even hang, talking about Trump stamina.
How was Trump weak when he's still doing this, when he's almost been assassinated 2 or 3 times? Someone said Trump's weak, but I don't understand how you could find that to be weak.
That has to come from somebody that is weak. How can you just, you say Tampon Tim represents strength, and Kamala Harris that can't even speak? I mean, you have to be able to stand your ground. If you're going to represent the leader of the free world, has to represent the American citizens. They are not leaders, and they most definitely cannot represent the United States of America. The decisions that they make show who they are. We're in the predicaments that we're in, and I think we're in more danger now than ever because of the open borders. That's what they created. Wait till these people start acting up. They are acting up. It's like the mainstream media is not showing you what's going on in New York and Chicago and Aurora, like all the things that are going on. They're not showing it. But it's a mess. It's a mess. You can't have 13,000 murderers in this country that you let there's roaming these streets and you don't know who they are. People are being taken out. You got 15,000 convicted rapists roaming these streets. They raping little girls. They raping women. It's making the news. They're out here. You got the cartel. You got terrorists that are here. You got what they say, 54,000 Chinese men. Where are they? They're here. They're inside this country. We have a lot that we're going to have to deal with, like other countries that we never had to deal with before, because they're here now. They're here now. What we see happen in other countries, they're here now. And we don't know where they're at, where they are. They're here. They're here. They are here. Get a load. What's going on in New York is going to spread throughout this country. But they want to keep it quiet. They're not putting out on the news what's going on because of the open borders. The border czar, Kamala Harris. If you don't believe it, it's in the 118th Congress. Go online and you'll see that she's listed as the border czar. Biden made her in charge of international affairs as well. Kamala she was the deciding votes with the inflation. She what was she? I think she had more deciding votes than anybody else in history of a vice president. 33 deciding votes. So we are going to deal with things that we never had to before in this country. They have put us in danger. That's what they have done. And now we're knocking at the door of World War III. No one's surviving that. No one is surviving that. That's what they're doing. They're going to be in their bunkers while everybody else get fried. These countries are serious about these nuclear weapons. And I think because Trump gets the briefings, he knows stuff that he can't talk about. He can't talk about. But I'm concerned about this election, and 4 years, Trump can't straighten out all this mess. There's too much that's been done. It's going to take more than 4 years because they did a lot to destroy this country. And I'm sad about it because I supported that administration. I voted for Biden and Harris, and that was the biggest mistake I ever made. I campaigned, I stomped the ground, I canvassed for them. I did phone banking. I held rallies in Independent Mall in Philadelphia. I met with them, met with the administration, met Biden, met all of them, everybody that was running. And now I regret it because I didn't sign up for this. I had no idea that these people were going to F up this country the way they did. They don't care about American citizens. They've already proven that.
Yeah, but it's really disappointing to see how many people still don't get it. It's like, how much more do they have to do to you and to this country?
They need to put them on a rocket and fly them to Mars. All of them. I don't want to go through this.
What else needs to be done so you can finally understand and get it? I just don't get it. I don't
because
get that.
The main media, what they had, and I believed it too, because they made everybody believe that Trump is the enemy. That's their whole campaign. Everything they say, they don't talk about themselves. Trump fault, Trump this, Trump, everything's him. They deflect everything and they put it on him.
That's funny. That's funny, Sean. I've gotten that before a good amount of times. But yeah, it's like, but I hope that everyone comes strong, the Republicans, and vote this election. I'm making sure to vote and stuff. And my mom, too.
Yeah, you first time voter.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-hoo.
First time voter.
Yeah, last election I threw away his Trump hat. I'm like, oh, Trump. I was like totally
I've always been Team Trump.
I was totally against this. I was fighting for the other cause. I'm like, can't let him in. All the things they said about him. Now I see, it's amazing. I think because of their actions, these assassination attempts, them trying to lock them up for crimes that pass the statute of limitation, having to go to court. They tried too hard, to not allow him to run for president, which starts putting more attention on them. And then when it was discovered that Biden suffers from dementia, and this woman still walking around talking about, oh, he was sharp as a tack. Come on now, we've all seen him now, and still lying. It's just like anybody that feel as though that this woman could be the leader of the free world, as weak as she is and unfit as she is something wrong. There's something wrong with you. She has done nothing for the American people. Somebody please tell me what she's done for American people since she's been in office. One of Kamala voters or followers, what has she done for American people? Was it the $750 promised in North Carolina while migrants are living in luxury apartments? $750, they lost everything. They didn't even have internet to apply for
And they
it.
said she abused her power as a prosecutor.
Yeah, she did. She abused her power as a prosecutor. And she's done nothing for black people except for lock them up. And the same thing as Joe Biden. You know, check out his 1994 crime bill. He was the one that behind mass incarceration of black men. And he said they were what? What did he say about black people?
The Pell.
Yeah. He said that they were super predators, that they never needed to be released from prison just to keep them locked up forever. People got locked up in double sentences for marijuana.
Like there was no recovery.
Life sentences.
There was no recovery for them. It was too late.
So black people doesn't need to vote for these people. And then especially with her mocking Jesus. I mean, somebody's going to say Christ is King and Jesus is Lord. And she's going to look at them and stop speaking. That's the only time she could talk without a teleprompter. That devil got right on her. And he said, I think she was so proud of herself. You at the wrong rally talking like that. You need to go to the little rally down the street.
I know everyone loves it in the chat, but I'm glad she was on Fox News. That was good, that interview. Finally answered some real questions that all the media, other outlets are running away from.
Yeah, Brett did a great job, but she still really didn't answer questions.
Yeah, he
and they
didn't have that
cut.
much
She
time.
came 15 minutes late in 20 minutes, and she was running out of there. Running out of this. Supposed to be someone that wants to become the president of the United States. You got Harvard students, Yale students, Princeton students that can do a better job at being president than this woman. And she's a sitting vice president as we speak. This mess that's going on, she's responsible for. And she keep talking about, we want to change. Yeah, we want to change from you, lady. We need a change from you. We need a change from this administration because this has been brutal. Trump, Trump, Trump. This has been brutal. We need, and now they want the illegals to vote. They're trying to make sure, like Gavin Newsom, he has the audacity not to check IDs. They want these people to vote and decide our president because it benefits them. It does not benefit American citizens. It benefits the illegals. That's why they're here. They have done nothing for us.
Steve. I would like to have a conversation with Steve.
Go ahead.
He's trying to say that what we're saying is stupid, but
Well, the truth
it's like, do you see who you're following? You don't think that's a little stupid to be following the people that have caused this mess that we've been experiencing for the last almost 4 years now? You don't think that's stupid?
And they act like Trump is the president. They're the vice president.
Do you remember when Trump was president, when gas prices were lower, the economy was better? No wars. Grocery store prices were less. Do you remember when Trump was president? It's like, I don't understand how it's stupid. Like, I think you lack common sense, dude. Steve. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Before you call people stupid.
It's like somebody's getting beaten. They say, keep beating me. Can you please keep beating me? Yeah. I'm already whooping you. Can you whoop me some more? I still ain't learned my lesson. I mean, yeah. It's like, God damn, what they got to do?
Steve doesn't get it.
Well, you got a lot of people that want men and women's sports.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people that want men in women's locker rooms, and they want men in girls' bathrooms. So, you know, and they want the kids to grow up thinking that there is no God, that it's all right to like tell little Bobby, you ain't got to be a boy. Let's chop your penis off. Go to where Tampon Tim State is. You come here, and with Minnesota, we can chop your penis off without your mom permission. You come over here, we're gonna protect you. But see, there's only one God. God is the only one who can decide what sex you are. So when you're born, there's only boy or girl, period. No matter how crazy this world is, and no matter how crazy your parents are, you're going to either be born with a penis or a freaking vagina. That's it. That's it. That's decided at birth. All this other stuff that's going on now.
Someone said, I'm back. You blocked me. Stop watching Fox.
You know, look, I know this is talking about the Bible. God said in Genesis 1:26, he said, be fruitful and multiply. You can't be fruitful and multiply with the same sex. Okay? When you're born either as all you transgenders and everybody else think they could be a boy or girl. No, you could play dress up and you could put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. There's two choices when you're born. Either that boy's going to have a penis and testicles, and the girl's going to have a vagina. And that's it. That's it. There's no Frankenstein doctor that can make you a penis or make you a vagina. They're mutilating your bodies. That's what they're doing. And they're shortening your lifespan. That's all they're doing. They're playing Frankenstein with you because they cannot recreate the human body. Period. That's period. So you could call yourself bi, pan.
Vanna said Steve shouldn't be allowed in any bathroom.
See, he goes in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Look, you can play dress up all you want to, but you got to go in the men's room. Okay, Steve? You know, it's just amazing. There is like, you're not going to change what you are at birth. You're only going to come into this world two ways, either a boy or a girl. That's it. A boy, but then society gets hold of them, and the little kids, they can't even go to school without people telling them, oh, it's all right to have two fathers or two mothers, or it's all right. You ain't got to like Susan. You could like Julie too, Susan. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They've taken the children and they're making it like the new normal. Like this is normal. And it's not normal. It's going against everything. You know, everything that God created is going against everything. And there's only one God. And that's why Kamala didn't like it, because therefore, the Alphabet Club, therefore, and I have nothing against gay people. It's not that, but the truth is the truth. You're either a boy or girl when you come into this world. And nobody can change that. Nobody can change that. You know, the stuff that happens later on in life, that's because of the devil. That stuff, your mind is going. It's really mental illness. But you can't change somebody's gender because you cut his penis off. Guess what? He died. That DNA is still going to say he a dude. You still a dude. So you leave this earth, that DNA is going to still say she a woman. She not a man. So you can't change that even with your DNA. No matter what you chop off or try to add, you still going to be that gender that you was born as. We got all these Frankenstein doctors. They don't care what you want to do. You want to chop your ding dong off? They like, come on over here. 50,000. I'll ruin you for life. You'll never have kids. You'll be on medications all your life. You'll be sick. You know, that's what's happening to them. And a lot of them regret it. Just about all of them regret it. They all regret it. They all regret it. They had too many people tell them, yeah, this is what you should do. And nobody talked them out of it. You know, it's just sad how people can influence people to mutilate their bodies like that. You know, it's terrible. And they influence children to do the same thing. That boy will never become a girl, no matter what he does. And that girl will never become a dude.
Someone asked, do we like Vivek? Is that how you say his name?
Vivek?
Yeah, someone asked, do we like him?
I think that he's, there's things that he said that I haven't liked, But but that's with everyone, I guess. But he's very intelligent, very articulate. He's very polished. And most definitely can tell he went to Yale. He's a very smart man. I could see him working in Trump's administration. I believe that the team he has is like the Avengers. You have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You have J.D. Vance, who now has grown on me because he's now a beast. You have Tulsi. You have what's his name, Byron Donalds.
Yeah, Byron.
You have like
Tucker.
yeah, well, he's not really part of it. But I'm just saying, like, the people that Trump is surrounding, and you have Elon Musk. These
They're trying to sue him.
yeah, well, that don't matter. He the richest man in the world. He don't care. I like the team that he's putting together. You got Ben Carson. He's a man of God, and I just like how they've been praying over Trump. I haven't seen one time that you got Kamala with pastors praying over her and praying for her. It's like she don't want no part of that. She just already said that they were at the wrong conference talking about Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Christ is King. She's not even looking for prayer. So I don't know. She's not serving the God, my God, the God of Most High. She's not serving Jesus Christ. And she continues to, not serve him. And her going to New Birth with that fake pastor, Jamal Bryant, he gonna pay for everything that he's done. That church got a curse on it. First they had Eddie Long, and he was totally against gay people. Then he was dealing with men, they claimed, they allegedly. God took him out, and now you got Jamal Bryant. He done had I don't know how many babies out of wedlock and all this.
We're not getting in a debate about this right now, but Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Someone said Christ ain't God.
Yeah, is the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Yeah, Jesus Christ is Lord. So if God said every knee shall bow and every mouth shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, and he was raised from the dead. So you might say this, but I promise you that God is sitting on the throne. You will remember this. You will confess. And that's when everybody's going to say, oh, I believe, but then it's going to be too late. You got to believe now while you still have breath. So I'm glad that we have a Father in heaven, because man is so jacked up. I'm glad when times are tough that I can call on the Lord and that he can answer my prayers and everything. I'm happy about that. Having a daddy that never sleep nor slumber, that that can heal. Like he already died for our sins. That's what the blood of Jesus is for. And you can go to him and ask for forgiveness of your sins, and he won't even look at them any longer. So if you're not saved, you need to get saved, because we most definitely living in the last days. This is nothing. You don't want anybody to go to hell. Hell don't sound like a place anybody would want to go to.
Yeah.
For eternity, that you'll be late, that you'll be in a lake of fire and you'll have the demons just like you can't even die. You're gonna feel all the pain and tormented. I mean, nobody wants anybody to go through that. So, but I don't know. But I do know one thing, that God wants Trump here, because that was a miracle for him to turn his head when he did. That was just incredible. And I say he never starts out with the chart. As soon as it happened, I saw what happened immediately. I wasn't even online. I said he turned his head. That's what saved him. Just that him bringing that chart up, talking about timing. And then nobody has even, I mean, they haven't even talked to Crook's family, one man, Corey died. 2 people were seriously injured, and we still, this fake behind FBI and Secret Service, they still haven't provided American people with answers that we deserve.
Everyone's mad on Twitter. This isn't like important, but everyone is mad on Twitter because Beyonce didn't sing.
Yeah, they
Just
thought
talk.
Beyonce not singing. Y'all not paying to have Beyonce sing. She came out there with her and Kelly with a man suit on, and they walking, holding hands like they were a couple. Who knows? Maybe they are a couple now. You know, and they holding hands, and she just spoke. She ain't sing one. She didn't even hum. Kamala just knew that it would. Beyonce packed it out for her. That's all. And then all she talked about was abortion. Not about the economy. Never throw the economy in there. Never throw the board in there. Never throw inflation in there. Never throw about these criminals running around the country right now. Never throw anything else. Never talk about the wars. Nothing. Things that are affecting the American people. They're going to use Beyonce, all these entertainers for her to have people to come to hear her talk about abortion. I mean, good God. All people got to do is take birth control, use a freaking condom. Don't nobody trying to tell you what to do with your body. You know, you could prevent trying to have an abortion. You like things happen, but you know, that's for the states now to decide which is better than the federal government. If you have to have one, it's a terrible thing. A lot of people have had abortions that have regretted it, you know. You're not even thinking that it's life in you, but it's life. So, but we got a lot of things, and her being in the current administration making decisions, because you know Biden not making the decisions. This is all her. She even admitted, I've been there for all the decisions being made. Yeah, yes, she has. Yeah, she's the one that's done this to us. She can't govern. And Obama is he having a fit. He's going black people telling about, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all supposed to, y'all trying to lead a plantation. They haven't done anything for black people.'s like, black men. Like they thought they could do all this to this country and nothing for black people. And we're supposed to keep doing the same thing forever. They like, y'all supposed to keep doing this. We're supposed to bring these immigrants in. We're supposed to retain power for the next 60 years. Because with the black people and the immigrants, the Republicans will never be in power again.
We're unstoppable.
Yeah, we're unstoppable now. We fooled the hell out of them. That's what we've done. And they like, what's going on? And more black people are going to vote for Trump that are admitting it.
Someone said, what has Trump done for black people? Oh, nice that you
First
asked.
step back. You want to start with that?
Yeah, you can start with that.
Oh, all right. Well, Biden, you know, he was the one that had the bill for the 1994 bill that caused mass incarceration of black men. That was our fathers, our sons, our nephews, our cousins. They were getting double time, double life sentences for minor crimes. But what Trump did when he came into office, he counteracted it with the First Step Act that allowed, I think, more than 30,000 black people, because of that 1994 crime bill, and these are nonviolent criminals, to be released from prison. That's what let's start with that. Obama didn't do that. Obama should have done it. We thought when we had a black president that he was going to do something. He didn't do anything for us. He did everything for the Alphabet Club.
Trump also funded predominantly black colleges, called HBCUs, when he was in office.
Well, they were coming to visit Trump every year.
Yeah.
And that was what they were made to do. That was so disrespectful. Everybody else could get funding, but the HBCU presidents, they had to come and meet with the president every year to beg for funding for the colleges. And they didn't give them like what they really needed. But when Trump asked, he's like, why y'all keep coming every year? And he said, well, this is what, you know, we have to do. They said we have to come every year to get this money. And he said, well, I like y'all and everything, but I'm going to make it so y'all don't have to come every year. And besides, I'm going to give you more than what you asked for. That's what he's done for black people. Just to start off. And that's more than Biden, Kamala, Obama, and all them put together.
Yeah, so yeah, Trump has done a lot for a lot of different people and groups of people. That's why I don't really understand, like, people get on here and be like, I'm for Kamala and I'm for Biden. I just think, why? Not one person yet has said why they're going to vote for her or what her policy is that made them a supporter of her. If anyone here can say that, I'd love to read that and see what you have to say, but no one has really said why they're going to vote for her. Is it because of abortion? Is it because she's a she's a so-called black Indian woman?
She's not black. She's
like,
Indian.
Like, why are you gonna vote for her? I would really like to hear
Her and her fake accents.
Say why you gonna vote for her.
She's an Indian woman pretending to be black when it's convenient. She's Indian. Her mother's Indian. Her father's Indian and Irish. She's not black, people. She's Indian. She says she's Indian. But she likes to go to black churches and get around black people, and now she black. And that's a lie. We don't need people perpetrating to be black to get our votes. You know, you got black people, oh, she black. No, she's not black. She's lying to you. She's not half black. Her father is freaking Indian and Irish. She's not half black. She even have a book that she has this woman talking about, it's her grandmother that she lied about. She wasn't even born when this lady worked for them. They had black people that used to work for them, but she's not black. Her father, they lived in Jamaica, but he's just like you can be Indian here in the United States because you live in the United States, he's still Indian. Just like we're still black Americans and you have Italian Americans, he's still Indian. He's Indian Irish. They just lived in Jamaica, but he's not black. And her mother's not black. They're Indian. And I think because the Indians, some of them have darker complexions and stuff. They say, oh, they're, black. But she's not. She's Indian. And I was trying to act like, oh, my mom used to listen to Aretha Franklin and all that. She's such a liar. No Indian woman was listening to no Miles Davis. And I mean, it just sounds so far-fetched. Her dad is not black. I think you need to listen to Candace Owens. She like an investigator. She looked up everything.
Hello to you. Israel is such an awesome place. I want to go there.
People, where are you guys from? I see a lot of people that's still hanging in here. I know that earlier people were saying that they were from Australia. People were from Africa, different places around the world. Yeah, Jamaica's a British colony. Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's Indian. And she'll go back to being Indian once she loses this election. You're not going to see her in a black church, run around the black community, trying to talk with a black accent, saying that she washed collard greens in a tub. Black people don't wash collard greens in a tub. That's nasty, first of all. And we don't try to pretend to be black when we are black. You don't have to pretend to be black when you are black. Let's just start with that. She got into a HBCU because the things that black people have rights for, affirmative action, all that, that's for all different ethnicities. That helps it helps Asians, it helps Indians, it helps everyone. HBCU is not a black only college. Anybody can go to a HBCU.
So I said everything Trump is on like HBCUs and stuff.
Yeah, anybody can go to just like anybody can go to these other colleges if they allow you to come in. Some of them, they don't care what your grades are, how well you have done. If you're the valedictorian, if you're black, sometimes they won't admit you into these schools, But yeah, anyone can go to HBCU.
So I said, okay, tell us why she pledged a black sorority.
Because she pledged a black sorority because she wanted to. I mean, that was her right. This is America. Look, that don't make you black. It's funny, like people have nothing to say. Tell me about what has she done for us? I mean, it's always like the reverse. Like everybody wants you to answer. I think that Trump has answered everything under the sun. 3 interviews, town halls a day. I mean, he's just been nonstop during this election. And she gets drilled about nothing. She can't even tell you her policy because she doesn't have one. She doesn't know it. Every time she's asked a question, the same questions, they say, okay, by now, even the news media, CNN is getting fed up. They say by now, she should be able to have an answer, even to fake it. She still doesn't have answers. It's ridiculous.
Some funny people in the comments.
Damn right we're going to vote for Trump. I mean, that's like being stuck on stupid to vote for Dumb and Dumber. Tim Waltz, Tampon Tim, and Kamala, who runs from the media.
Yeah, he's done some awful things.
I mean, how is she going to be a world leader of the free world running from the media?
JHOR, how about you read us her policy on the website?
Yeah, you read the policy.
She didn't even write that.
She didn't write it. She doesn't know it. That's why she doesn't want to be asked questions. Go on Joe Rogan. Go on Joe, because she can't handle scripted interviews.
No, Carol, we've already seen Trump as president. It's not like this is his first time running,
rodeo.
And he's just saying that he's going to do this and that. He's already been president, and we've seen he did what he said he was going to do.
And we've seen Kamala and Biden as president, vice president. Do you see the contrast? Do you see the difference of what's going on? Then in 3.5 years, I just can't believe how they destroyed this country like this. It's like unimaginable that anybody could do this much damage. Imagine 4 more years of this.
Yeah.
I mean, god damn. How they do this much damage? I didn't sign up for this. You expect smart, intelligent people to run this country. This country is supposed to be leading the world. We're behind the world. Our dollar value has declined. They don't even want to use the dollar now. This is a mess because of our inflation. We lowered the value of our own damn dollar. They don't even want this to be the standard of the world now. It probably isn't at this point. People can't even buy, you can't even buy a house if you want one. People can't, this generation going to college, they can't even buy houses. Interest rates are so high, you can't buy anything. And they want 4 more years of this. We're done. We're done. They're not for American citizens. Nothing is for American citizens. This regime has been for everyone except American citizens. Period. People in North Carolina, they are done. They are still finding bodies. They still not helping these people. It's terrible. We doing more for Lebanon. They send them $147 million, but our people here can't get help.
What do you think about like one day soon some people in the chat, we start calling them and having conversation with them?
Okay. Well, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that prior to the election. I want to get to Philadelphia and just, see the pulse of the city, like how everybody feeling and how they are leaning towards predominantly black people, because Philadelphia is a black city and Philadelphia usually carries Pennsylvania.
Okay. Well,
so
my mom has a BMW. Like
what? Why is that necessary?
Because they say get a good job.
Get a good job. Yeah. I have a single home and that I pay for. I don't do car notes. Never had. I don't do car notes. Mercedes and BMWs, they had a few of them. I don't do car notes and stuff like that. I've always had a job. Have had a great job. But it's not about an individual. It's about everyone. It's about everyone being helped. It's about everyone doing well.
And I
Or
know y'all
whatever.
not gonna believe me, but I made $200,000 at 16. But I know y'all not gonna believe that
Why would you say they wouldn't believe that?
because
You was doing affiliate marketing. I mean, it's believable.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
people-
So anyway, it's about everybody doing well, and it's about being focused on American citizens. It's about helping one another. We're not helping each other.
Yeah.
There's no way that these Vietnam vets that went out there and fought for us, fought for our country, lost limbs. They lost their mind. The things they've seen. They're living out on the street and nobody's helping them. But we're going to do everything for everyone else except for the homeless that are here. They step over them. These illegal immigrants are laughing at us. They're stepping over them. We're giving them 13,000, 14,000 EBT cards.
Oh, Moko, that's funny. I actually make music, and it's about that. So. Anybody wants to look me up, my stage name is Never You. I make songs that are pretty unique, to say the least.
You know, it's just like if people are, you don't have to talk about what's going on. We're experiencing this administration. People can't buy houses. That's real. The inflation is so high. The economy is out of control. People, can't pay off debt. It's really difficult. It's like I feel like my second highest bill is food. Like you go to the market, it's like everything is sky high. And I'm like, it's crazy.
Someone said Trump did that.
He's not in office. You must be living on the moon or somewhere. You don't even know who the president and vice president is. Yeah, that's what Kamala always said. She'd be talking like Trump is the president, like we want to change. Yeah, you're in office.
Yeah,
The
Black
change would
America.
be getting you out of office. Don't want to go back. Don't want to go back to 1.6 interest rate. Don't want to go back to a better economy. Don't want to go back to no wars.
She replied again. She said he did. It's leftover BS from hell.
Hmm?
She said it's leftover BS from hell. Honey, look it up.
You know what? Obviously, you're uneducated because for you to make that kind of comment, you really don't know how dumb you really sound. I mean, you're experiencing. You're experiencing what's going on and what they have done. You are aware of what has been going on because I know you've heard it. Even CNN and a lot of mainstream media is even telling it. They now starting to say what's up now. So, come on now. They're in office. Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago?
Yo, Moko, I'm glad that you're a fan of me, but I'm not into people who'll be having crushes on me and stuff right now because I got a girl that I'm focused on. Moko, he's loving or hating.
Well, that's part of it. That's what's up.
Yeah, he been talking about me for like the last 5 minutes.
About what?
About just random stuff that I look like I'm on drugs. I sound like I'm on
Never
drugs.
did drugs a day in your life. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah, I get, people be saying, but whatever.
Well, you think that's how you have swag, but no.
So we're about to get off, guys. It's about to be 3 in the morning. Be on for 5 more minutes.
Yeah, but we appreciate everybody coming on. I pray that God keeps y'all, to keep you protected. The best is yet to come. And vote. Vote for Trump.
Yeah.
We need a real leader. We need someone that represents strength. Because these foreign leaders is more than us. Everybody's worrying about the Republicans and Democrats. Your eyes need to be on Putin and President Xi and President Because we have to deal with the world. Y'all looking at the wrong things. They trying to have World War III, and that's the biggest threat that's going on right now. And we need somebody.
Moko, you can't even spell and do proper sentences, bro. You talking about learning to read.
We need people that can lead us. And the two that's running, the knucklehead and the cackling hyena, is not it. They're not. They're not it.
Too.
They're unfit. They're not it. We can do better than that. If it was anybody else,
Thank you,
then
Chevy.
you know, even if the Democratic Party had picked Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, he's loved by Pennsylvania. He's articulate, intelligent, but he was Jewish, so they didn't want him. But the two that was chosen not by the people, she wasn't chosen by the people. She was selected by the machine to run. Nobody voted for Kamala to run for president. That nobody voted for her. She didn't receive one vote, but Joe Biden did receive 14 million votes. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us, and we just pray that you stay safe, and that you do well. Give everything to God. Pray that everybody is healthy, whole, nothing missing, nothing broken.
Thanks, man.
God bless all of you.
God bless you.
We're praying for everyone. It's not about because you belong to another party. We love you as well. It's not about that. It's not about disliking someone because they don't agree with you. We can agree to disagree and still love each other. So anyway, thanks for sharing your time with us. We appreciate it. If you haven't giving us a like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna be really stomping the grounds the next few days, getting some live videos, especially in Philadelphia. That's the pulse of the city. That in Pennsylvania is a swing state. It's very important in this election. So I want to do some live videos there and interview some of the people there. So anyway.
He said we ain't voting blue F out of here.
Yeah, so anyway, thank you for, spending time with us, but we got to go to bed because I was trying to get to Philly tomorrow. I'm up half the night. So I hope it don't throw my day off. Yeah, because I want to really get out there. But anyway, thanks, Guy. Join us tomorrow. We'll try to send out a notification when we are going to be going live or streaming, but we do want to get another video out, huh?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know exactly what time. If you subscribe, then you're going to get a notification. So I know a lot of people is going to really be interested in that video. And there's another one we want to do about some black preachers that's supporting the Kamala. So it's different stuff that we want to get out that we're trying to get to. Yeah, you're welcome. And like I said, I just hope that all of you guys are blessed, and we really enjoy, just chatting it up and stuff with you guys, and just come back again.
But I'll say one last thing, yo.
Go ahead.
If Trump doesn't get the victory, I'm moving to Canada.
You just want people to say something stupid to you.
No.
You trolling them.
No, for real.
You trolling.
Canada.
Stop trolling these people. You trolling, y'all. Because people say, pack your bags. Stop. But anyway.
It's going to be, hey, I'm going to have to get out of here.
He's just funny, hey. But anyway, y'all have a blessed night. Get some rest, you guys, and we'll chat it up again. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe so that we can get the notification out to you guys and spend some more time. Trump 2024.
Have a blessed night, everyone.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
God bless.
God bless.